Welcome to another show of Russ on Flowers. I'm your host, Russ. Today we have a great show for you. We're talking about Flower-Budi, an item that Russ Wholesale Flowers and Russ on Flowers will be carrying here soon. I'm here with some great friends and the inventor of Flower-Budi, Elaine Meuller, and I'm here with Donna Theimer, Professor T. She's going to be working with me moving forward and doing a lot of additional shows on flower arranging, flower design. Joiliet Junior College, professor there. And I think we were talking earlier about our combined experience. We probably have like 150 years of combined floral experience at this table. And so we're going to go in and talk about the gamut of Flower-Budi and how it's put together and how you can learn easily how to make flower arranging from your home. And so I'll turn it over to the founder and you guys to tell me how Flower-Budi's work.
Basically, it's a three-step process. Flower-Budi gives you the tools to successfully arrange flowers in 3 easy steps.
The Flower-Budi system, Russ, is really kind of a fantastic design idea. It comes with 2 flower presses. Each one has a set of raised letters and raised numbers on it. And Elaine, can you show us how to use the flower press on the block of foam?
Yes, what we're doing is we're going to indent the floral foam with the pattern. So it's as easy as pressing it on top of the foam and just a little bit of pressure, turning the press, and then stamping the sides also.
Okay, so it's just one, you have 2 presses there, so with the directions inside the kit, because all of this stuff comes in the kit. So with the directions, depending on what flower arrangement you want to make, and there's how many different arrangements can you make in a box?
In the deluxe kit, round centerpieces and high style designs.
Okay.
And it's marked. We have, have it marked for the
round
and
great.
triangle
So
press.
there you have it. If you want to do a round or you wanted to do something more elegant, it's elevated. There's your presses for the beginners.
I think the best part about this kit, having taught floral design now for 25 years with all age individuals, is that every single person, regardless of their creative ability, is able to use this kit and come up with professional results every single time. So Elaine has stamped our floral foam, our fresh floral foam. The second step then is to follow the Flower-Budi guide, and this chart is used then to measure out and cut at the correct length the cut product that's going to go down inside the centerpieces. So we have 5 roses that are going to be cut at the E length off of the flower chart. And one thing that it's kind of important to note, can I see a stem of alstroemeria? When you're cutting a rose, you lay the rose head right on top of that letter, and that will indicate the correct length that you need to cut the product at. If you're using a flower such as an alstroemeria that has multiple florets, you put the bulk of the florets on top of that marking and then cut your stem.
And then, so how do you know how many flowers to use?
There's a recipe that's included inside the Flower-Budi system.
So basically, with the round centerpiece, there are 9 primary placings and 8 secondary placings.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. So basically what we did here was we cut our first rose at the E position, and now we're going to place it. We do recommend that you cut and place each flower one at a time. So we've already pre-cut the rest of these just for the time element. So basically you are placing your flowers cut at E into the E position, following
about
your
45
instructions.
degree
Yeah, let's talk about 45-degree angles, right? So they're not straight up and down.
Right, yeah, because you don't want your flowers.
Because ultimately we're making a round design, so we're starting to fill in our parameters here on the centerpiece.
Floral arranging is all about correct flower placement, and that's what Flower-Budi gives you.
Now talk to me about the foam really quick. We saturated the foam in water. We'd suggest that they saturate the foam in water for how long. It's better to let the foam sink in your water in your buckets rather than pressing it down, because air bubbles will get inside the foam, and so you just want to drop your foam into the water, let it pre-soak, right? You
Yes.
Pre-soak.
Yes.
And in this container it comes in the kit also, and so you can, it has a little bit of room for water. I'd add some water in there, not to the point where it's going to tip over and destroy things, but you do want to add some water in there and make sure we're sinking our flowers all the way into the foam so they last the longest they can, right?
So they're fully saturated,
Yeah.
and you'll know that the foam is wet when it has no more bubbles occurring on the top of the water surface. And generally they recommend that you use tepid water as opposed to cold water, because that speeds up the process a little bit, but it's very important that you don't push on the foam, that you allow it to sink on its own.
We have all the primary and secondary flowers placed at this point, so you can see how perfectly your flowers are being positioned because you're following the Flower-Budi pattern that's been stamped with our tools.
Now that we've got the primary and the secondary flowers in here, we've got this beautiful rounded shape. Elaine is going through now and she's adding a random assortment of foliages to it. Just, you want them a little bit shorter than the actual length of the flowers, but it really doesn't matter. We're putting, wherever you see the open spaces of foam, Elaine is adding a little bit of foliage to it to help hide our mechanics. And again, we're trying to stay within that round shape, so we're using a little bit of the Israeli ruscus, which is the glossy foliage, a little bit of the seeded eucalyptus that's down inside of there. And basically, we keep going with those materials. If we wanted to add a few of the hypericum berries just to go with our analogous color scheme, that would be great. It adds a nice texture to it.
Or any other additional flowers that we, you might want
Exactly.
to add in, like we did with the centerpiece that we had completed.
So what you want to do is just make sure that everything's covered until, or you keep adding greens and other fillers until there's no, you can't see the container anymore, you
Right.
can't see the foam anymore, okay? So yeah, so your mechanics would be filling it up and making sure that what we've talked about many, many times on the show, and that is that everything is covered, right?
And I always think too that what people always say, how do you know when to stop? Well, if it's a do-it-yourselfer that's at home, you know when to stop when you like it. If you like it and it's going on your kitchen table, then stop.
Yeah.
Something that's really kind of neat. Now, these are purchase flowers, which RussWholesaleflowers.com can supply you with all of these materials that you see here. But on this design, on our original design that you demonstrated with, we mixed with this a few of the silk materials that I'm sure everybody has laying around their house. And it can be used also with dried flower foam to create the same look, but in a permanent botanical centerpiece. So then you could give it away as a gift. You can use it in your home. But I think the real reason that I am so in love with this Flower-Budi system is that every single person who uses it can create a beautiful centerpiece. And why not? We have do-it-yourself cooking shows, do-it-yourself, put in a toilet, we have do-it-yourself everything, but we don't have do-it-yourself how to do a centerpiece. And this is the one and only product that's based on design principles that allows everybody who uses it and follows the instructions to come up with a beautiful floral creative piece that can be used at their table that they've just made the Bobby Flay grilled whatever, panini sandwich. But it's an easy to follow pattern. They are completely reusable. The flower guide as well as the flower presses are washable. It's a one-time purchase and you can continue to use these for the rest of your life.
I think the value is great. The price for something like this is, we're talking, what are we talking? $19.95. It's a reusable kit. Over and over again, this is kind of a waterproof measuring system here. These are waterproof, they're plastic, it comes with foam. Foam you can get anywhere, Hobby Lobby.
You can purchase foam from Russ online.
You can come, yeah, you can come to Russ Wholesale Flowers as you're buying your flowers from us. You can buy the foam there, you can buy the plastic containers. We offer the gamut, so yeah, it's really a neat kit. To summarize the show, Flower-Budis, Russ Wholesale Flowers, we're excited to carry it. $19.95. We put together this beautiful arrangement. It was like 10 minutes, okay, for you guys at home. Obviously, we've had some experience in the floral industry and we've been doing this a long time, so maybe we rolled it out in 5 minutes, but 10 minutes at home, it's a great piece, okay? Flower-Budis, the whole kit will represent everything that you see right here, and thanks you for being with us. We want to thank Donna, Professor T, and Elaine for coming out, founder of Flower-Budis, and we'll see you next time.